So we are here to supervise the trial between the Crown and Alter Eclipse, who is being charged for treason, incitement of treason, and conduct unbecoming of an officer. How do you plead to each charge?
If we could, we'd like to offer a settlement.
It is a criminal trial. You should have spoken to the prosecution prior to the case. Unless the prosecution wishes to discuss it.
We do not wish to
immediately.
Alright, so the prosecution declines. Alright, how does the defendant plead to treason?
Guilty on all
Confer with my
charges.
lawyer. Okay.
Okay, who the fuck is talking? I hear 3 fucking people talking at the same time. Okay, Altair, how do you plead to treason?
Before pleading to guilty or innocent, I'd like to plead my case.
You have to plead before pleading your case. You are stating if you are guilty or not guilty of what you're being charged for. How do you plead to treason?
Like my lawyer said, I plead guilty.
How do you plead to incitement?
Guilty.
How do you plead to conduct unbecoming?
Wait, to treason, I plead innocent. My bad. I plead innocent to treason.
Yeah.
My fucking god. Okay, how do you plead to conduct unbecoming?
Innocent.
And to incitement you plead guilty?
Yep.
Alright, we will then forgo the incitement charge during the trial for treason and conduct unbecoming. Prosecution, you may make an opening statement.
Alright, so I had to say that
You're
it
not the
was
prosecution, my guy.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. No.
I stand here before you today to enlighten you of all of the treacherous statements the Commander-in-Chief has made against His Majesty King Arthur and his royal family. These events were witnessed by a large variety of people, including Her Highness Alicia Thorpe and Her Highness Ilva Thorpe, as well as my Assistant Commander Bolt Vaste and a bunch of others. This took place at the Trainee Corporation's camp in the south, where the Commander-in-Chief's Alter Eclipse said these exact words: "Kill the royal family for me and you can become a commander, go for it." These statements go against quite clearly Clause 11 regarding disorder and incitement. The Charter of Humanity states that a person is guilty of an offence if, with intent, persuade, encourage, instigate, pressure, or threaten another to commit a crime, which is what Alter Eclipse did that day. Not only did he ask someone to commit a crime, he asked a person to commit a crime at the highest level, inciting regicide. Thus, Mr. Eclipse is quite evidently guilty of what he's being accused for, and this should not be tolerated at any level. Treason is abominable. That is all from the prosecution.
Alright, defense, you may make your opening statement.
Alright. So, we stand before you today with a man who was voted into his spot by the entirety of humanity. And while what he said might have been wrong in intent, it is known by his friends and family that his way of humor may not always be liked. It may be dark. And it may not be smart, which it was not. But the man before you is someone who was voted into his seat, is loved by all humanity, and everything he does is for humanity.
Alright, is that it?
That's it.
Alright, prosecution, do you have any witnesses to call?
The first witness I'd like to put forward is Bolt Vaste.
Bolt Devasti, you may approach. Bolt Devasti, before we begin, I will ask you if you do solemnly and sincerely declare that you will say the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear to say nothing but the truth.
Excellent. The prosecution, you may question the witness.
Okay. So, Bolt, on the day of that, where we found Alter Eclipse saying what he did say against the king, did he or did he not repeat the words? I mean, did he not say these words? "Kill the royal family and you can become commander."
He indeed said those words.
And after that, didn't Alicia Thorpe go up to Alter Eclipse and tell him to repeat that?
Yes, she did.
And once that was said to him, what did Alter Eclipse do?
I do not recall what he did at that moment. I was in shock at what he said the first time.
That was all from this witness, thank you.
Alright, the defense, you may question the witness. Cross-examine.
All right, Bolt. Do you know Altair? Besides just a military, like he's your higher up, do you know him on a personal level?
I'm afraid I don't know him on a personal level.
So would you say if he was joking in that instance, you would not know?
I would know that
How?
that's
You
not
just
something
said
to
he
joke
wasn't your
about.
friend, or you don't know him. So how would you know?
You didn't let me finish what I was saying. I said I would know that that's not something to joke about. It's not something people would joke about.
It's not something people would joke about, but he did. As you stated, you don't know him. He's not the same as everyone else.
I know him, just not
Right?
on a personal level. I know
Well,
him as
no,
a
you said you
CIP.
don't know him outside of military connection.
I know him well enough to know that that's not something you joke about.
All right, that's all.
All right. Does the prosecution wish to continue examining, or shall the witness be dismissed?
The witness can be dismissed.
The witness is dismissed. Does the prosecution call another witness?
I'd like to call forth Alicia Thorpe of the royal family.
Alicia Thorpe, you may approach.
Bro does not use his mic.
Okay, then.
Assassin.
Thorpe. Before we begin, I will ask you to affirm, solemnly and sincerely, that you will, as you have given evidence, say the truth, nothing but the truth, and the whole truth. In that order. Do you affirm? You do, okay. Prosecution, you may question the witness.
Your Highness, on that day where we saw Alter Eclipse speaking ill of the king, do you recall what he said? His words. Wait, I think the dialogue. Should I just read out what Assassin says?
You may.
Oh, cool.
Alright.
Cool. And after that, when he did say those words and you were made aware of it, how did you approach Alter Eclipse? And once you asked him to repeat those words in his face, in your face, Your Highness, what did he do? Heh. What's the word you speak?
Huh.
Let it be known to everyone in the court that Alter Eclipse, the commander-in-chief, turned down and, in quotation marks, egoed a member of the royal family. And, Your Highness, do you believe this is an expression that someone in his sort of position should be doing or expressing at all? The commander-in-chief of the military believing that he is above the royal family. Let it be known to the court that Her Highness Alicia Thorpe felt disgusted when Alter Eclipse was met by Alter's immaturity. That's all from the prosecution towards this witness. Thank you.
Alright, I have a question for the witness before we continue. Your Highness, how did you feel after seeing what the defendant had said? How did you feel, as in, for your safety? Alright. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Does the
Alright.
defense... Okay. You may
Yeah.
cross-examine.
Alright, Your Highness, would you say that you know the Commander-in-Chief on a personal level? Why would I remember someone like him? Okay, so you don't know the Commander-in-Chief at all on a personal level. You just know of his position. You know who he is. And that was your first time meeting him? Your only time speaking to him? Alright, so you can say... It's safe to say that you do not know him at all. You do not know him on a personal level, just as the last witness did not either. Like I mentioned before, my client's humor, it's not the best. But I cannot change that about him, that's just the way he is. That's all.
Alright. Does the prosecution wish to re-examine?
I'd like to make a quick statement if that's possible.
At this moment, no. You may make it after witness questioning is complete.
Okay.
Alright. Your Highness, you are excused. Thank you for being here. Does the prosecution have any other witnesses?
I think we've had enough witnesses for one day.
Alright, does the defense have a witness?
A witness, no.
No. Alright. Then we will move on to closing statements.
I would like to bring someone up to testify, though, even if they weren't a witness.
I mean, if they are here,
They are.
what is their name?
I would like to bring up Prince Elijah Thorpe, of the royal family.
Does the prince wish to testify? The prince wishes to testify. Alright.
Finn, join the drag VC.
Alright.
Can everybody hear me?
Begin? Yeah, we can hear you. Before we begin, I will ask you if you do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that you will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I will, Your Honor.
Alright. You may...
Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad.
The defense may question the witness.
Alright. Your Highness, do you know Altair Eclipse on a personal level, something outside of military connection?
On a slight friendship level, me and the CIC, we haven't been that extremely close, but I have known him as an acquaintance, so yeah.
Alright. So, would you say that you know Altair's humor to some degree?
Yes, and I'd like to already make a comment on that regard. My entire testimony is going to be based around this. Altair Eclipse, even though I believe he's a good person, he has unbecoming humor and behavior for a commander. Although I'm not going to condemn him and actually believe that he was plotting to kill the royal family, I will say that it was a very unfitting and a very, let's say, distasteful comment on his regard. That is all I'm going to say.
Alright. So, would you believe that his humor may fall under bounds of being dark or uncalled for?
Yes, very uncalled for.
Alright. So would you say that his statement about the royal family was in seriousness, taking into account your personal connection?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
Do you think that the statement he said about the royal family was in all seriousness?
No, but I do believe in some degree he should be reprimanded for that.
Of course, of course. That's all.
Alright, does the prosecution have any questions for the witness?
I do have a few, yes.
You may approach and ask.
So,
Your Highness, they have repeated this argument multiple times now, but the relation you have between Alter and Eclipse, how deep would you say it runs?
I'd say on the level of a friendly acquaintance.
And would you say that this level of acquaintance, like, makes you understand what type of humor he, like, disperses?
Sorry, I don't understand. You mean if I do know his sense of humor?
Yeah, exactly.
Somewhat.
And would you say this is befitting for someone of his rank?
No, definitely not.
So I ask you personally, how do you feel he should be reprimanded?
I am not here to judge, but I do believe that, in some sense, he should be stripped of his military position.
That's all from me. Thank you.
Alright, many more questions?
No, that's all.
Defense?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. Your Highness, you're excused.
Thank you. That will be all.
Alright. Prosecution, you may make a closing statement.
Alright. To end this off, I'd like to say that on all accounts, no matter where it is, the same majest is not tolerated at any level, and treason is completely abominable. And by the fact that this was done by the complete overseer of Paradis's military force is quite shameful, to be honest. His incitement to take down the royal family should be punished with incarceration, resulting in his removal of his role in the military. Claiming this to be a joke should never be permissible at any level, especially the commander-in-chief, and I'm sure everyone in this room will agree with that. If this were any other person in the walls, it would instantly be deemed as guilty and instantly be put to bed. That's all from me as a prosecution.
Alright, defense, you may make your
Alright.
closing
While I
statement.
agree with what prosecution said, that should never be taken as a joke and it should never be said. I do not believe that stripping him of his military rank will do any good for humanity. He's a beacon of hope. So I feel as if he should be put down to the vice commander-in-chief until he can fix his humor, until he can fix those traits about himself that are unbecoming of his current rank. That's all.
If that is it, I will now decide on the judgment. You will give me around 2 minutes. Alright, after reading all necessary legislation and regulations, I have come to a conclusion in regards to this case. After hearing both sides and to the arguments given and testimony given by both their highnesses and other members of the military and humanity, it is quite easy to say that what was done is not right. Even thinking about killing a member of the royal family is by itself a crime. Talking about it is abominable, especially for a person holding a commission in the military, especially of the rank of commander-in-chief, or a person who is supposed to defend humanity, his majesty and his family with his life. Therefore, I pass the following judgments based on each offense. Treason. The defendant shall be stripped of his commission in the military and shall be demoted to recruit. For incitement, To better humanity, the defendant shall be sent to the Scouting Legion and shall remain there without the right to transfer. He shall die saving humanity and serving His Majesty. And, for conduct unbecoming, the defendant shall be lashed 100 times in public. And that shall be up to the prosecution who lashes him where and when.
Do we decide that now, or
You may say if he shall be lashed here, in a district, in front of cadets, I could not care less. That's my judgment based on everything heard and everything considered. Does the defendant have anything else to say?
Nothing else.
No.
Alright, the case is dismissed.